Okay, so first of all, we are going to talk about the big new movie that's come out this week, Avatar 2, The Way of Water. Now, Yoda, you've been to see this, and you really liked it, didn't you?
No. Such garbage. It is manipulative trash. It is. I remember watching the Red Letter Media talking about it, and over time how people have talked about it, and it's just such empty. The first movie was so empty. It was like people called it Dances with Wolves, but I mean, everybody was a paper thin cutout, right? And
I thought it was more like Pocahontas than Lincoln.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it was a rip-off of some piece of crap. Yeah,
Dances with Smurfs. It's everything that, you know, because it's also surface level, because James Cameron's knowledge of history ended in second grade and is based on things that he watched in movies, you know, and so I called it. It's like, is it woke? It's like, yes, it's woke, but it's not like 2022 woke. It doesn't have like pronouns and homosexual relationships. It has wailing. Like, that's a thing still, apparently. That's really bad. And
wait a minute, if they had wailing, was there Japanese in it? Was there a Japanese
that's
equivalent?
what I would think, you know, but no, it's Americans, of course. It's all white people. And
blue people.
No, the white people are
humans.
the bad people.
No, but what
There's
I mean
not a
is
single
are the
decent
blue
human
people
in
then
this.
the Japanese?
No, because the blue people aren't the ones that are wailing. It's us coming all the way from Earth to get like a vial of shit from the whale's brain, and then we toss the entire carcass back out into the sea because apparently we can't figure out to do anything else useful with the body.
Wouldn't it have made more sense to make them like giant buffaloes then, if you were trying to draw that kind of?
See, but you know, Cameron, he loves the water.
Oh,
and
that's
I gotta tell you, he is creatively bankrupt. I realize that now. This is a guy who made characters like Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese, and brought back, you know, from Aliens, Ripley, and made you know, Hicks and even The Abyss. I mean, the characters were great, and you cared about them. And now he just makes. You know, I remember watching like G.I. Joe cartoons in the 80s, and Hasbro has them going live right now. Like, you can watch every single G.I. Joe. It's just, they're just live streaming.
24/7 it does not stop. Yeah.
And they are terrible. I mean,
They are.
There's bad guys and good guys, and that's as far as it goes. That's the only character traits that we have. And that's what Avatar is, with a lot more money. And it's like they brought back Quaritch, because apparently you could back up your brain on a hard drive now. And so he gets brought back as a Na'vi, along with his squad that all died in the last one, because they all had backups. And he leaves a message to himself. And this is when I already knew. I was like, he plays the video message to himself, and he didn't even bother.
If you are reading this, I am gone.
That's basically it. He's saying, we're going to go win, but if we don't win, that's why you're watching this message, because I got killed, and you're going to take over my clone to do all this. But they didn't do any de-aging on him at all. I'm like, all this money that you threw into it, and you couldn't throw a little bit of de-aging to make it somewhat that believable that he recorded this, and it just went downhill from there. And I'm thinking, there's not one redeemable quality for this guy. Like before, you could say, okay, he's got a mission and he's trying to complete the mission because he believes in obtanium to help Earth. Maybe you could dig through that movie and find that motivation. That's all gone. Now it's just, I want to kill Sully. That's it. That's his motivation. I want to kill Sully. That's the only reason he's in this fucking movie.
I can understand, because I kind of wanted to kill Sully too.
Yeah, but that's because in the real world and all the stuff that's going around with it.
But
in
Sean,
the
you didn't
actual
go and make
frame
a
of the
whole
movie,
movie
it makes
about
no
it.
sense.
What was that, Phil?
I was going to say, but you didn't want to go and make a whole movie about it.
No, the movie is what made me want to kill Sully.
Yeah. But he's complete cardboard cutout. He has a kid that was a baby and grew up on Pandora.
Wait a minute, who did the dead army dude?
Quaritch, the dead army
Okay.
dude, apparently had a baby that was left on Pandora.
They just abandoned it.
He just abandoned it because you can't put a baby in cryo.
Oh, of course not.
So he didn't know, and I'm like, what? There was not even hinted at. And then,
Hold on, you're not going to hit spoilers, are you? Are you doing spoilers?
oh, believe me, if you saw the first movie,
doesn't
you've
matter.
already spoiled it.
I'm going to go tomorrow, but all right, I'll keep going.
You're not missing shit. I suggest that you save yourself the 3 hours. I really do.
3
The
hour
movie-
run. Are you serious? It has a 3
It's
hour.
3
run
hours.
The
10,
3
10
hours. Yeah.
Christ.
It's 3 hours. And it's the same, exactly the same beats. People die. The one person dies in it about the same time that Sigourney Weaver dies. And
Wait a minute. Sigourney Weaver came back for the sequel too, somehow, right?
kinda, yeah, she has a kid too, but it's a Navi kid. How she got a Navi kid from her Navi body sometime in that time period, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I can understand him impregnating a Navi girl, but then if she but if she got pregnant, surely she would have had to carry that round in the Navi body. How does that
Well, the
work?
Navi body is still alive and sitting in the tank.
Oh,
It's
oh,
just
I
it's just a blank. It's just a sleep or a blank shell or whatever. There's no mind there. But I guess the Navi body went ahead and had a baby.
Who did she fuck?
No, nobody. They won't tell us. I don't think Cameron knows. He's just like,
Do
we'll do
they-
that in Avatar 3.
Well,
We'll figure
and-
that out in Avatar 3.
And more importantly, do they use those rape tails to do it?
That would have been something interesting to see. There was nothing interesting to see in this movie.
you mean a Swedish hug?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Did they use those Swedish hug tails to do it?
I guess you could say Quaritch did that to get his own flying dragon or whatever that thing is that they fly around on. Yeah, I kept waiting. I was like, well, maybe Quaritch will, like, because he's a Navi and he has to do the same things that Sully did, that maybe he will have some sort of moment that will let him have a change of heart or have a questioning of what he's doing, make him something interesting. No,
Wait a minute. I have to stop everything. We got to come to a dead stop for a second to address the absolute autism in the chat right now from Zap B, giving us a lesson on whale oil in the early 19th century. Good job, Zap. Yes, we're all well aware of that. You don't have to take up.
this wasn't
40
whale
posts.
oil. Let me tell you something, Zap. This wasn't whale oil that they did. They took a tiny little vial out of its brain that apparently has magic properties for healing or let you live forever or something. And that was it. It wasn't the whale oil. It wasn't anything like that. It was just a little bit of secretion out of its brain, and they tossed the rest of the fucking thing into the firewood. It was so bad. And it was only to show that we are evil, that Americans are evil. That was his only message in there. Cameron's a child.
Does that really need to be said? We know that.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to do it better than this.
He says
Even Kevin Costner's like, "God, this isn't really subtle, man."
he Zap did say that it was more interesting than Avatar 2, and I have to agree. Talking about the intricacies of mid 19th century whale oil.
You're not
probably
wrong.
he's probably. I agree. I probably would rather have a conversation. It's been more fun joking about it now than.
Look, I like McDonald's. I do not defend McDonald's. McDonald's is terrible food. I know that. I'm not going to tell anybody that McDonald's is good food. It's just I like it because it's quick, it's easy, and it tastes good to me.
The same reason we all visit prostitutes.
Avatar is McDonald's. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It wasn't nothing important.
Avatar's McDonald's, and I get so irritated watching people come out there going, "It was so good, I cried." I'm like, why?
Fuck off.
That's
I'm gonna
one thing I
go
really.
tomorrow.
That's
We
one
really-
thing I really hate.
All I have to say to that is we live in a society.
Yeah.
Cameron is just, since Titanic, he's just figured out how to easily manipulate the masses, and he goes right to the most cheap, basic emotional inducing moments that are. It's all terrible. Zoe Saldana, the entire movie, I would say 85% of her movie was her either crying or on the verge of crying.
Has she even been in anything since the first Avatar?
She was Gamora.
Pieces, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've heard. Oh, that's her.
And
So
Star Trek.
So she went from being blue to
She was Star
green.
Trek.
She went from being blue to green. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
She started out black.
Anything
back to black in Star Trek.
Once you go black, you go blue, and then green, and then who knows? What other colors we got?
That sounds like one of Sean's dates. She's going blue now.
No, let me tell you. And I explained this to my date last night. All I do is quarters in a sock, body shots, never the face. You don't see. It doesn't make bruises, and nope.
So Yoda, where would you put Avatar 2 in your top 10 this year?
My top 10 shit movies, maybe. Oh, by the way, since the blue people have to go to the water tribe, which has the blue-green aquamarine people, they get to engage in a little bit of casual racism here and there too. Because
no, you're
Cameron's
you're selling me now.
No, don't worry. They all learn their lesson.
Oh,
of course.
It's Cameron. You're an asshole, and you're creatively bankrupt. And if you're going and seeing this and you think it's good, I just feel like Veronica Cartwright, the end of Body Snatchers, when she realizes she's the last one left on Earth. You didn't like Avatar.
And just imagine that you went and spent money on this, real money.
You're encouraging Cameron to make more.
We live in a time of 10% inflation, and you spent money on this shit.
I feel bad for it. I really do.
Was
if I
it
could get my money back? I would.
Was it 3D?
Yeah, I did the whole IMAX thing because it's like at least it will look good. And you know what? Doesn't look that great.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks as good as the first one, but there was nothing like way better. There was a couple of scenes I was like, okay, that looks very photorealistic. Some very simple scenes that looked really good, but so much of it looked like video game. I was kind of shocked that I was expecting it to look much better than it did.
The only good 3D
Cameron ripped off every single movie he has. There's a scene from True Lies in it. I swear to God. There's the aliens. There's definite aliens parts in there. There's definite abyss stuff and the sinking of the Titanic that pretty much happens in here.
What about
people
Piranha?
are stuck aboard the ship.
Piranha 2.
There may be a case for Piranha if the piranha is really big.
I would say that's probably close enough.
If you're getting attacked by a giant fish about the size of a shark or bigger than that, maybe.
Yeah.
I that's the closest I come because there wasn't really small fish coming at you, but every other movie he has, there's at least one scene in it. You remember the scene where Jamie Lee Curtis is being interrogated in True Lies? And she's with the one-way mirror, and she throws a chair at it. Exact same scene in this movie. I kid you not.
Oh.
I'm like going, oh my God, he's so creatively bankrupt. He's not only ripping off the first movie, which is it's beat for beat the same movie, with the same moments and everything, but then he's also ripping off all his other own movies because he's got nothing. He's got nothing in the tank anymore. So don't go see Avatar.
I hope I come out of it tomorrow going, that was amazing.
I just want to see Matt there sitting there going, no, it's great. I'm loving it. It's brilliant.
What the hell?
No,
what the hell is wrong? This is an absolute masterclass.
If you tell me you love it, Matt, I will lose all respect from you and have to seriously decide whether or not you can continue to be on this stream.
Yeah, this probably be my last entry.
Yeah,
no, I'm going to take a day off tomorrow. I'm going to go and see it, and then I'll message you after once I've done it. And let you know.
Yes, the fish did fly in a way. Yes, there are some sea creatures that they ride that are underwater, but they have wings and they do fly, but they like leave their tail in the water. You remember those stupid things from Last Jedi that had to drag the hook on the ground? That's what these things do, but they drag their tail in the water for some reason, but they fly otherwise. Why? I don't know.
I know a friend of mine said he wants to go and see it, and I just said I will watch it when it comes out on streaming, but there's just nothing that I'm like excited or, I just don't see the point. Like I say, I'll sit through it for the sake of sitting through it, but that's it. I've got no desire to watch it at all.
I have no intention. I have no intentions of ever watching it at any point in time.
Boomer woke. That's what it was. It was
Over to me.
Terrible. Thank you for watching this excerpt from Outpost Frequencies. Tune in live every Sunday at noon Central Time or 6 o'clock UK time. And also, remember to come to lastmovieoutpost.com for all your latest in movie news, streaming news, and everything cool about film. We are the cool news now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next stream.